Easy start. Oh, Lee spun. But look at that. Panel to the inside. Oh. Here we go, Deck. Is he going to hold it? Oh, they make contact. Mata comes across the line, and for the 4th time, he is your VSL champion. Hello everybody and welcome along to VSL Season 8. We are under the floodlights for tonight's race as we head to round number 3 at the Sakir International Circuit for the Bahrain Grand Prix, first used in Formula 1 back in 2004, just like Shanghai, where we visited China last week. And just like Sunday, it ended up in a Ferrari 1-2 with Michael Schumacher taking the win. So will history repeat itself tonight with the 2 Ferrari boys doing well last week in China and in the championship? My name is Jess Ball, and joining me in the commentary box tonight, we have got Mr. Evil Dragon, also known as Liam New. How are you doing today?
Well, I am doing fantastic here under the slightly twilighty night time here at the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakir, like you said, first hosting a race in 2004. The circuit, by the way, which had 3 different layouts, but we'll get to them later on.
Yes, indeed. Quite a few new, familiar faces in our reserve list here tonight. There's one full-time driver that is making his debut tonight in the Haas, Yarham92. I think I said that name right. So, best of luck for his season debut. We'll see what he could do as well. The race on Sunday where we saw Kevin Magnussen get Haas's best result since I think quite a while, actually, since about 2018. So brilliant stuff from them. So let's see if Johan can replicate that. And the other Haas tonight, filling in for the other Haas who's not here, which is George, it is Cam. Now me and Liam have both commentated him many times in the past as well. He's quite a quick driver as well, so expect him to do well. In the AlphaTauri tonight, filling in for Mike, we've got Mr. Iceman as well, another quick driver as well, so expect to see some very close grids. In the McLaren tonight, filling in for Speed Knighton, who couldn't make it tonight, unfortunately, it is Yuri, and we'll see what he could do because he's in the speed car as well. So another all-speed team for tonight, so at least that's not gone away. And talking of speed compatriots, we have another one, final reserve tonight, first race since Season 6. It is Red Matt in the Alfa Romeo, filling in for Kieran, who can't make it tonight. So those are all our reserves for tonight, and we're about to get started. But at least, Liam, we don't have to worry about any rain tonight because there's a 1% chance that it could rain. So they probably practice for the dry, and quite a few, Liam, are on the mediums.
Quite a few on the mediums there. I'm currently riding on board with Cam, who's currently coming through turn number, is that turn 4? I think it's turn 4 down into 5, 6 and 7. Of course, now, the one thing about this circuit, which I very much know, is watch out for this curb on the right, because as I found out once upon a time, recently, that wall on the left hurts quite a lot. So you don't hit that as you come now through there. I've been down into, I think, turn 8 and 9, I think this is. Now, this corner, very easy to snatch a brake on. Down in a 3rd gear, get the front end snatching around and then back down the straight, of course, as well. As you mentioned, Haas, by the way, it was the last best result before this was 2019, and it was the Austrian Grand Prix by Kevin Magnussen. It was a 5th position, I think it was, that day. It might have been 5th. It could have been 4th, though. It's one of the two. I do remember that. And Kevin Magnussen was saying many swear words that one day. But that's Kevin Magnussen. He does that a lot. He is the Viking Raider, we might say. But talking of the Haas, here we are through the last corner for Cam on the medium tyres, of course. Let's see what he can do. The good old Cam as well. Lovely to see him back. Last time I commentated on, he ends up in a wall. So hopefully it goes better than that. But a 1:27.2 for his first flying lap. I think we got one of the Williams crossing the line next. I think it might be Tony.
Nope, it's Matt Ryan.
Abandoned. Yeah, so Matt Ryan, he's a 27.2, a 27.6 for Timo. We're waiting for the next car, which might as well be Yarham then in the other half. So let's see what he can do then. Comes to the line right now, also on the medium side, sets a 1:27.5.
a very respectable time on the mediums, I have to say. I was commentating on a race in Bahrain on Sunday, and that was pretty good, medium time as well. This is a track where ABS can be quite powerful as well, so expect lap times to be through the roof. As we've seen Flexi in the Ferrari, just came on provisional pole position with a 1:26.5. Now, I was watching the battles with Flexi last week, and with a few drivers, and I have to say it was very, very good. Unfortunately, he spun, which kind of ruined the battle, but at least the battle lasts for a very long time. It definitely put on a very good show as well. We got a few more drivers coming across the line. Not Deck, though. Deck has invalidated. He will be going in to the pits. His teammate, though, Mata, is about to start his outlap. We have got the other Red Bull of Ahmed is about to start his outlap, and I think we've got the two Hasses probably going into the pits, unless one of the Hasses want to go again. No, he's not. Cam is going into the pits, but we got the Alpine of Ryan Berry up to the line. He done quite well last week. Will he do well this week? A P11 right now. Alternate strategy. Pole position as well. And who can remember the battles that happened in Bahrain in the past? Remember 2014, Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, the big old desert duel, which took quite a long time in the history books, and it was very, very good to watch, actually. And quite recently as well, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc as well, with the new era, the F1 2022 cars. Absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched the race yet, the new start of the F1 2022 season, it was incredible. So it feels kind of weird still to commentate on these 2021 cars, but looking forward to the new game when it comes out, so we can see more closer racing, even though it's equal cars, believe it or not. So we have got, I think Lee is about to start his outlap. Yes, he is. And we got Ahmed who's in the wall. That is just on the exit of 13, I believe. So yeah, he is out of this qualifying session. He'll be starting no higher than P13, Liam.
Yeah, I got on the curb there. I was literally watching him going, this looks pretty good. No, it's not. He's gone off. So there's another one off. Hello. Who's that? Is that Lee? Hello. What is going on here with the Red Bull drivers? I suppose the Alpha Tower is technically the Red Bull. He's gone off. He's dropped out of turn 4. So he's got on the power now. I wonder, I hope he hasn't got floor damage on that. So he's done. I don't know how he heavily hit that wall. Doesn't look like he's got wing damage, so he might have just backed it in. But as per usual here, when one goes off, another one has to go off in sympathy, it seems. I say that, someone else has just gone off.
Oh,
as
God,
well.
Liam.
Is that why Racer now gone off? Why is everyone going off now? I said one goes off, two goes off, someone else has gone. And I want to join this accident. I'm going to go off. Right, who else is going off? Let's see. Hopefully no one else goes off.
Yeah,
someone else has gone off, or someone's slowing. It's Matt getting out of the way. Everyone just wants to be on the action right now, Jess. It tends to happen here in Bahrain. It's such an easy track to really just make a mistake, and it compounds it around here as well because it's so hot in the desert, of course, as you mentioned. Slightly cooler conditions, of course. We're running at night time since 2014 because before that, the racing wasn't always the greatest, of course. The only few races I can remember during the day, 2012 I can remember, I think we all can remember because you have to leave the space, and a few others as well. 2006 slightly stands out for me as well. The first race, of course, with the free qualifying system, of course. And it feels so long ago now, if you remember it. Of course, 2016, we attempted to change that. Didn't work. No one liked that, of course. But here we've got kind of the older format, of course, where you've got about 16 minutes to set a lap time, which is always quite nice to see that in the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is as well. And who can remember the time where it was a pole position shootout where you only get 1 or 2 laps to get your laps in as well? I think that was quite interesting as well. And for some people, they don't remember these qualifying formats being a thing as well. But there was quite a lot, and most people obviously know that the Q1, Q2, Q3 format that we know of today as well. But just to let people know that there was more there as well. So I just have to say that there's going to be a few trouble points tonight, as Liam was mentioning earlier on as well. The heavy braking zone into turn 10, you pretty much have to brake while you turn, really, which is because of the driver without ABS, that's difficult in its own right. So you have to brake slightly early before you turn, and that would help matters in the slightest. So people are on their second runs then. We're just going to see I think Alpine or it might be a Williams actually. No, it is an Alpine. He is going to cross the line to set his second lap. But we got Det currently in 19th position. He scored points even though he's had a few incidents last week, but he shows that he can never give up. A P4 for him, a 126.7. We've got an Aston Martin driver out on the circuit as well. I think he is going to start his flying lap, and we got the other Aston Martin of Timo in the middle of his lap as well. He is the other reserve driver, which I forgot to mention. Sorry, Timo. He is filling in for, I can't remember which Aston Martin he is filling in for, but one of the ones that didn't make it this week. But anyway, Iceman, he's the next driver to set a lap then, heading towards the final corner of turns 14 and 15. He goes fully on the power, DRS wide open as well, and he sets pole position, Liam, with a 126.2. It's getting hotter out there in terms of qualifying times.
I'll tell you what, who also is seeming to be on a good lap time. You mentioned him just a few moments ago. Timo, he says Sector 1 purple, Sector 2 purple. Now, no, in my game, it's not purple, because I found out in commentary last night it wasn't purple. That's Elo. Can Timo get it on pole position, or at least on the front row? Comes to the line. Is it going to be green? Is it going to be purple? Well, it most certainly is purple. So there we go. 126.122 then for the Aston Martin driver. That's where he wants to be. Next across the line there, we got Casper. He's down in 15th. He is having a torrid time here in qualifying. We've also now got Tony on the lap time. He is also purple in Sector 2. But look at the traffic here. There's a few cars getting out of the way. We've got one of the Alpha Tauris, I believe that is a Mercedes. My apologies, they're getting out of the way. I think we've got an Alpha Tauri up the road as well. Through the last corner then comes the Williams of Tony. Let's see, can he get himself on the front row? This will be good if he can. The answer to that is most certainly does. A 25.892 puts him well on the front row so far, as we now look to see who else he can improve.
Yes, indeed. Quite a few drivers were saying that Tony in the Williams was looking quite quick, because they were doing their own practice sessions yesterday as well, getting a feel for the track as well. It's really good that they do that, so they could spice up the competition a little bit, but I'm sure there was a few sandbaggers last night, not hiding. They don't want to hide their, well, they want to hide their true pace, really, to be honest, some people, which can be what we see in real life testing as well. Cough Mercedes a few years ago. Doesn't seem to be the case now because of their problems. Don't know how they got P3 and P4, but at least they got a car that actually works. Will we have a car that works tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Slenderman, he's going through just past turn 10 as well. Got quite a few traffic, but there's more people in front of him to set some laps then. Cam, he has crossing the line to set his next lap. We have got one of the Alpines of Ryan Berry. Nope, he is not. He is going into the pits. We've got one of the not McLarens, Aston Martin's Timo. Guess what? He goes into the pit lane. Lee, who's currently in last, yet to set a lap time. He spun early, don't forget. Only managing P16. We've got the other Aston Martin who's going into the pits. We've got Red Matt who's going through set 2 right now, but his teammate can only manage P8. We've got loads of people out on laps for him as well, and with 5 minutes to go, and they just got to get a move on as well, because sometimes these could be the laps that can, because usually I find in Bahrain, it's quite hard to actually hook up a lap here. So the earlier you set your lap, the more confident you're going to be for the rest of the session.
Yeah, indeed. I'm riding aboard with Cameron now. Purple Sector 1 for the Haas driver. He might just be picking up a slight distant tow from the Red Bull as well, who has not really having a very good start this season. Through Cam, he comes up the hill. What's Sector 2 going to be like? 1 second up so far on his lap time then. So a 27.2. This could be up to about a 26.2, but it was purple as well. So who knows exactly where it could be. It'd be first or second position. Through the last corner he comes. Let's see what can the Haas driver do on his debut then. Here he comes. Where can New Zealand Cam go? He's been displaced out of 14, but he goes second position right there. And just under a tenth of a second behind the man in first position right now. And you must say, that is a very decent lap time as well. We've got another car coming to the line, I think, right now. That might be Lee coming through the last corners. Now, I want to see what his lap is currently. Or is he coming in the pits?
He's going in the pits.
So I'm trying to see who is on a lap time next. It's not Ryan. He's on an out lap.
Matta's on a lap.
Yeah.
He was.
Matter.
he goes into the pits.
Yeah, he was in the lap. Well, as you say, he then comes in the pit. So he's not on the lap anymore. So it's trying to see who is going to be setting a lap time right now. We've got Tony, he's on an in lap. We've got Newgarden on a in lap. So I think currently, with not long to go, I think this unless they're all going to come out right now, this could be nearly the end of qualifying for some of them.
Yeah, as well, they don't have very long as well to set their laps. Like, usually people tend to go out with 3 minutes to go, because otherwise they go a bit later than that. They're not going to be having time. But Matt Ryan is on a lap. Thank you, Matt Ryan. He's going to be taking us on a lap through turn number 4 as well. Who remembers last year where we saw Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton battle through there, and the amount of track limit warnings that was produced as well. I think they were a bit more strict this year as well, whereas there was a few that was gotten away with last season, but at least they were a bit more strict this time as well. And we see with Matt Ryan, actually, Matt Ryan has improved a lot at the start of this season as well, getting a few more points at the start compared to previous season, even though he's on 5 points at the moment. 5 points is better than 0 points, and he's better at keeping out of trouble and never giving up anyway. So in the Williams car, heading towards turn 13 then, and clipping that right-hand curve with good measure as well. And there has been some oversteering moments of the lap, so I think he's got a bit more time to find as well. And we got one of the Ferraris about to start his lap. That is Casper, I believe, the man who won last week. Matt Ryan goes into the pits, actually, which was quite annoying. Ryan Berry is going through turn 4, and Yuri is just gone through turn 7, heading turn 7 and 8, and heading towards turn 9 and 10 he goes as well, getting a bit of a tow from Lee. So final part of qualifying, Liam. It's going to be tough on who's going to get pole. It's just so close between, I would say, the top 10 as well. And don't forget the top 10 in VSL, top 12 in VSL actually, do score points in this league during the race.
He most certainly does. I just noticed a funny little thing, by the way. I was on the VSL tweet. Instead of putting hashtag VSL Bahrain, they put hashtag VSL China. So someone's done an amiss there on the tweety there. But nonetheless, in qualifying, Panos is currently on a lap time right now. And just look at the traffic, Jess. And this is kind of the situation you come if you're on a hot lap right now and you come across this. What are you going to do? Because there's so many cars right in front of you.
Yes, I thought this would be a thing for Monza, Liam, as well. And I'm trying to remember if Monza is on the calendar. No, it's not. Imola's on the calendar instead. But if Monza was on the calendar, that would be another thing as well. I wasn't expected to be a problem here. I'm just thinking people wanted to go on laps at the same time, and that's proving to be very difficult. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people on out laps. And then the rest of the field will be on... they're on flying laps now, but they will be on in laps when everyone else is on flying laps. So it's going to get absolutely crazy. Let's hope people move out of the way. Panos is on his final lap. Here he comes to the line. He's 1.3 seconds down. So I wonder if he gets to go again. Casper. Oh, he's moving out of the way there. I'm not sure he's going to get a lap time there, Liam. So he's not going to get a final lap. So the highest he's going to be then is P6, but his teammate then is about to start his run. But we've got the final runs coming in. The first person to cross the line when the checker flag falls will be Johan, but you never know, he'll cross the line with a few seconds to spare. He will get to do another lap, but he probably won't. P5 for him. Iceman, brilliant lap from him. P2, what could his teammate do? Of Lee, we do have a spinner that is one of the Williams, I believe, into turn 7, so he's not going to complete his lap. A lot of traffic through there as well, so that's going to be an issue. Lee can only manage 19th, but still a much better lap time. We have got, I think, another Alpine across the line. Can't improve on his time or position, only in 18th position. Then we got the two Mercedes working together, which is great to see. And we have got Mata, our current reigning champion. He's purple in sector 2, but like Liam said, purple sector 2 could be a completely different thing. It may just be the game telling us porcupines. So Mata coming up to the line, then taking the shortest run. This was the track where he won the Season 6 title a few seasons ago. Could only manage 4 for the time being. What about the two Alfa Romeos? Panos, our runner-up from last season, can only manage 7th. Red Matt His return to VSL Racing could only manage 10th. Slenderman up to the line, 9th position. And then we got the Aston Martin of Timo up to the line as well. Cam across the line in P2. We got the McLaren of Risky as well up to the line. He is unfortunately invalidated. So I don't think anyone could displace Tony from pole position. And I don't think Tony, agrees with that. So he's going into the pits. But you never know. The other Tony could improve there. He couldn't. He's damaged his front wing. So Liam, that is the end of qualifying. And Tony in the Williams is on pole position.
Yeah, made that noise for Risky. Had an almighty slide in the middle of the S section, by the way. Somehow caught it, but he invalidated his lap time. It was all over the road. Don't know how he didn't hit the wall, but there's that one. Like I said, Tony on pole position, Cam in second, Iceman in third. Cam did jump up into second, and he was third, so a slight improvement for him. But it's so close between the top three, only separated by just under a tenth of a second. The top four separate, well, but pretty much all of them are separated by very smaller margins. I can't see right now because the game decided it wants to go into the next camera mode, but I'm sure in just around about 3, 2, 1, there we go. Thank you, game. It's so close. I mean, look at it. I mean, the top 5 all separated by under 2 tenths. The top 14 pretty much separated by just over a second. Well, so I said the top 15 separated by just over a second. Then you've got Newgarden, Ryan, also Ryan, Lee, and N8, of course, who unfortunately didn't set a lap time either. And I tell you what, both the Red Bulls, 15th and 20th, Jess. That is a real surprise.
Well, last season in VSL as well, they managed to be bottom of the timings in terms of constructors' points. So, again, it just shows that Red Bull are not doing very well in VSL, which is a bit of a shame. So, we got quite a few things to talk about before we head into the race itself. First of all, like we usually do before the formation lap, because the drivers usually are told to wait for 2 minutes whilst we talk about the drivers' standing. So, Slenderman's consistent run of form for the last 2 races in Australia and China. He tops the standings with 35 points. Cliffy, which is Tony in the Williams, by the way, for those of you that are wondering, recently returned to ERT a few days ago, so a big well done to him. Will he get a win in the ERT colours again? We'll have to wait and see. He's on 30 points. Casper in third, who won last week. We didn't think he was going to win after that spin in lap 1, just like Matta did in Australia, but he did. P3. P4, Matta on 25. Didn't score last week, don't forget, he retired earlier on, brought out one of the first safety cars. Flexi in P5, 19 points. Timo, 18 points, same with Jaylee, they're both reserves. Timo is racing tonight though. Lee is 8th with 16 points, and we got Ryan Berry in 9th on 15. 10th is Kieran on 10. Kieran is not racing tonight though. Mike in 11th on 10, he's not racing tonight either. Quite a few drivers could jump them on points though, if they get good results. 12 is Tony on 8. 13 is Sheldon Cooper on 6. 14 is Speed Risky on 6. Matt Ryan's on 5. And Det, the last person to score any points this season, is on 3. So the likes of Newgarden, George, Speed Knighton, Ahmed, Hayden, Yarham, obviously Yarham's debut, so of course he couldn't get any points, and Panos yet to score. And what's that do with the constructors? Ferrari are leading the way on 48 points due to Casper's incredible win last week. Just like in real life, Ferrari are leading the constructors. Good, go give her. Alfa Romeo in P2 as well on 45. Aston Martin third on 36. 4th is Williams on 35. 5th is Mercedes on 28. 6th is AlphaTauri with 26. 7th is Alpine on 23. Haas 8th on 6th with McLaren as well. And just like in real life, Red Bull at the moment are bottom of the standings, the only team yet to score. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, VSL F1 League, for 10% off for the code, and our sponsor is Rogue Energy, so check them out, rogueenergy.com, and use the code at the bottom as well. You can also follow us on Twitter at VSL_F1 if you want to keep us up to date with the latest updates, standings, whatever, and streams that we do as well. So we covered all the things we need to do before the race, Liam. What can you expect in terms of strategy here today?
Well, in terms of strategy, of course, normally I'll imagine the guys outside the top 10, they'll all be starting on the medium. These soft tyres around here, they can last a little bit, but they're not ideal, of course. The one-stop strategy, not as powerful as the two-stop, although if you have the pace, the outright pace, the one-stop could be possible for you. So we could be seeing some of the people doing, well, the one-stop, of course, for mediums to hards, but if you're starting on the softs, you'll be having to likely do a soft, medium, medium, at least, or a soft, medium, soft. So that is going to be the strategy that I believe some drivers will be taking. That is from my own personal memory of racing on this game against the AI, although the AI is slightly different than these magnificent humans, which are much better than the AI, though I suppose the AI make more mistakes than them now. So, role reversal, I guess. The humans are the AI, and the AI are turning into the humans, Jess.
Yeah, indeed. You never know as well. We could see people turn AI during the race as well, but the AI are quite slower compared to, obviously, the humans in the actual lobby as well. And good news, the drivers follow the 2-minute rule. We set them as well, so no penalties will be handed out to anyone as well. And good news as well, Liam, which you'll be pleased to know, no stewards reports were handed out last week. No penalties as well for the first time in a long time, so well done to all the drivers as well. Even though there was quite a bit of chaos, people decided actually it was not worth reporting it, and they were very respectful, so it was very good to see. But we're looking at the strategy as I get the scene up for the action. Here we go. So we'll go through the tyre choices from 11th down to 20th, because those people get free choice of tyres, and the ones outside, inside the top 10, they will have to start on the softs because they qualified on them. So Red Matt, Deck, Yuri, Newgarden, Matt Ryan, Lee and Ahmed have gone for the medium compounded tyres for their first stint. Ryan, Berry and Tony have gone for the hards, so that's a strategy that I went on a few weeks ago. Didn't go too bad, but not the best strategy as people on the mediums breezed past me at the start. And Risky, Liam, the only driver outside the top 10 to go on a soft, not what I would have done, but if he's a quick driver, he may be able to get in into the top 11 quite easily and even fight the soft runners for position. But we'll have to wait and see. But not what I would have done, but we will see how the race goes on. He'll be on fresh soft tyres, though, so at least you'll have that.
Yeah, risky on those soft tyres there. Sorry, I cut over you slightly there. Your mic just slightly lagged. I thought you stopped, but that's just my end, obviously. Yeah, risky on that set of soft tyres. So he's going to be doing a two-stop strategy. Everyone else, 11th downwards. The idea will be the one-stop, a medium hard, presumably there. Although we could see a two-stop medium soft. That could also be a possibility. We know the soft lasts around about 7 odd laps around here in Bahrain as we get to the grid. As it's always the fun bit, Jess, here as you get to the grid, isn't it?
Yeah, it is as well. Maybe they have pre-race rituals as well. Usually when I go into a race as well, before I go into qualifying in a race, I like to listen to Coldplay. Last night, actually, before my race where it didn't go well, I actually listened to Michael Jackson, because I liked some upbeat stuff as well. So I wonder if they were listening to some music before the lobby even started. We shall see. But preamble over, Liam. I'm now going to hand it over to you to take us through the race start. 29 laps of Bahrain await us.
Yeah, I'm here right on cue. And there we see 1, 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. And pause. Go! And it's a good start. Looks like again from Tony. Looks like Cam might have got a good start as well. They both definitely got a good start indeed. As it's about 4 wide in the background there. One car braking incredibly late there. Was one of the Mercedes. I don't know if he's made that corner in the background. One car shooting through. As I think everyone's got through turn 1 and 2. But here comes Cam. They haven't got through turn 1 and 2. We've got Red Matt off. There on the outside though. The Haas trying to go the long way around and be squeezed all the way to the outside. But he's still on the outside, more yellow flags in the background. But here comes Cam. He'll take the lead here, surely, has he? Has he got an overlap there? The inside line for Tony. He's coming back through. He says, I'm going for first. Ooh! They hit each other and no! Tony's been sent into the wall. And unsurprisingly, the virtual safety car is out. And poor Tony, well, it looked like they were getting a bit close. Well, they most certainly got a bit too close there. The car in the wall. And unfortunately for Tony, out of the race before we've really even begun.
Yes, as well. It was a little bit too close for comfort for these two as well. I think there was a slight touch which ended up toeing the wall. And it looked like he was one of the favourites for this race as well. So a bit of a shame for that. I was surprised it was only a VSC. I thought it would have been a safety car, but he probably went off the track, which is probably why it's only a VSC. Anyway, will people take advantage of the pit stops? I don't think so yet, 'cause it's far too early. And speaking of strategy as well, I have seen people do soft to mediums around it. It does work, but usually they have to conserve their tyres a lot more. And it was the top drivers in elite top tier leagues as well. But you never know, they can do it here in VSL as well. People are eager to get moves, but they can't get the move done yet, as we see a McLaren trying to get a move past one of the Ferraris, but he's like, no sunshine. You're not allowed to do that because it's still yellow. The VSC is going on for a very long time. So let's have a look at position gained. So we've got obviously Cam and Iceman gained 1 place as the VSC is gone. As we got the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari battling into turn 4. We got Flexi, Slenderman versus Risky as well. They're going side by side through 6 as well. Heading towards turn 7 as well as they go down the hill. Will Risky take advantage around the outside? We don't know as well. I think Risky's backing off a little bit. But we've got Casper as well, who's working like wonders to make sure that Slenderman doesn't catch up to Flexi as well. So good teamwork there from the Ferrari boys as well. But that was very, very close. Slenderman has got some good slipstream as they head towards turn 11 and 12. The understeery part of the circuit. Slenderman almost went off there a little bit as well, which will probably what I would have done as well. But the biggest gainers on so far this race, Liam, is Newgarden and Matt Ryan. Oh my God, Slenderman trying to go for an absolute dive. Can he make it stick as we head towards the middle of turn 13? It's going to be free of rest heading towards turn 14 and 15 very, very soon. But Risky backed off, unsurprisingly as well, because otherwise it could have been an incident. Risky do getting a free second time out. And look at this, they're going once again here for lap 3 as the DRS will be enabled very, very soon. Slenderman tries to cut back to the left-hand side and into turn number 1. Holding it steady, lads. This could end in contact if either one of these drivers make a mistake here. We don't want to see anyone doing a mad spin into turn 3, which luckily it hasn't happened. And with everyone having the DRS now, we could see some more overtakes being made and some more very brave overtakes being made as well as Det gets past there. And you've gone up to 12th place, Liam.
Yeah, I tell you what matter as well. I from the start of this race, I thought I saw a Mercedes go up the inside. I thought I saw what I said I saw. Indeed, I presume it must have been Matt, because he's lost an absolute monumental amount of position. Down 11. Oh, there. Oh, there's a AlphaTauri going around that as well, and that is Lee who's dropped it. So easy to do in that corner. Now he wants to be careful getting those tyres up to temperature, because you know what they're like. They'll probably end up looping around if he's not too careful. And he's going to take it nice and gentle through there. But Cam leads this race so far from the AlphaTauri, who is also all over the road on those soft compound tyres, just getting themselves up to temperature as well. Timo in 3rd ahead of Yarham in 4th. Casper doing a jolly good run in 5th position ahead of his teammate Slenderman in Flexi in 6th, ahead of Slenderman in 7th in the Alfa Romeo. Might as well be a Ferrari in some instances. Ahead of Risky in 8th position. In the DRS, of course, both of them closing up onto Flexi, but I think Risky, is he going to have a potential look up the inside? I tell you what, no, but I think Slenderman says, oh, you know what, I might have a look up the inside, but maybe should have done that because you've given the opportunity, and that is exactly what Risky wanted to do. He says, thank you very much, Sunshine, I'll come through that. Cam being overtaken here around the outside by the Iceman. That'll be a brave move around the outside. Gets a big of a tank slap here. That might allow Timo, no, slightly covers him off. Right there, no one coming through past Iceman, but slight wiggle on those curbs, and oh, he's coming back up the inside, is he? There? Oh, he's in town! They've all come together, and that is what you want to do. Cam's been sent spinning around, and I thought Timo was going up the inside there for a second. It wasn't, because all of a sudden, the Iceman goes up the inside of Cam, and I'm afraid to say that probably would have been likely all an Iceman there, but I think just a little bit of daylight and a dollar short. And now at the inside it comes. Panos there for a second, or so the other Tony. Can't quite do it, but poor old Cam, right when he looked like he was...
spun! Risky is spun, turn 13. As soon as one person spins, Liam, just like in qualifying, more people start to spin. We're starting to see a chain reaction at the moment as well. And all of this is allowing Timo to go into the race lead. And Johan making his full-time debut in the Haas is in P2. It looks like he's going to go for the lead, Liam, into turn number 1. Let's see if he can keep it there, which he does at the moment. Timo will have some DRS. We got Cam into the pits, unsurprisingly, to change his front wing. I wonder what tire we will go on to. We'll find out in just a moment then. Timo not able to use DRS to his full effect, heading towards turn 4 as well, so he wasn't quite close enough. But anyway, Matt Ryan is having a move with Deck as well, going 3 abreast into turn 4. We've seen mistakes being made before. Let's hope we don't see the same again. But look at that. Williams, that came out of nowhere, up into 8th position. We got the Alpine as well of Tony B trying to cut back as well. We got Deck and the 2 Mercedes as well. It is Williams versus Alpine versus Mercedes here on lap 5 out of 29. They're still going side by side against the Williams and Alpine, both in blue cars. Which blue will come out on top as they head to the heavy braking zone of turn 10? I don't know which way to look at this moment in time, but we've got Tony looking left again and then looking right, going into the sweeping turn 12. Oh, how are they keeping on the road? This is absolutely amazing. Mata could try and go around the outside. Does he? He does. Wow, Mata, what a move. Into turn 12 and 13 then. That was incredible. Dex having a move with Matt Ryan as well. The 2 Mercedes are climbing their way up a little bit as well. Yuri gets past Newgarden. Oh my goodness, that was some very, very good battle, and that's how you race at Bahrain, Liam.
Yeah, the both of those guys really holding each other up there. They probably shouldn't have done that, but the best got the better of them. Now here comes the other Mercedes of Acorn. Let's see if he could load one around the outside. Late braking then for the Mercedes driver. Can the hard tyres do anything against the mediums? The answer to that most certainly is not. But now it's all going to be about, can he get the DRS? But he has got it, so anyway, so he should be fine. Just to cover that one off there. Behind him, Ryan, we've got Racer, Red Mat, as well as the other Red Bull further down the field. Meanwhile, up in this mid-pack as well, well, the front mid-pack, I suppose, because you've got the top 2, well, 3 starting to pull away. Casper coming into this as well. Then you've got Flexi, Iceman, Slenderman, almost getting run into by panels there. Late braking from the Alston Martin there. Then comes both Mercedes, currently in 8th, 9th, ahead of Tony and Ryan, who are still going at it in their little battle for supremacy. Y-Racer in 12th position. He's holding the last of the pointers. Both of the Red Bulls there, I think, switching positions. That is N8 passing Newgarden there for the bronze spoon down in that Red Bull camp so far. But long race to go. Still points on offer, of course. Not too far off it. But I tell you what, like we alluded to earlier, the top guys coming in the pit lane, actually, I was about to say, are staying out a long time and pulling away.
Well, we've got our first pit stops then, Liam, so we'll show if the undercut works or not. And as I was expecting for at least one driver, they have gone for, actually both drivers have gone for the medium tyres. It shows for a minute the hard tyres, the white stripe tyres, but on the graphic it does say medium. So both drivers then going for the risky one-stop strategy where the mediums, it's a bit early to go on those tyres to be fair, so they're going to be on the cusp of puncture territory towards the end of the race. The game does say, oh, these tyres can last this amount of time, but you never know. It could last a little bit longer. We could see a safety car, which with the stuff we've seen in this race, it's highly likely that we could get one. But most of the races I've commentated around Bahrain, or I've seen around Bahrain, there has at least been one safety car as Yuri is trying to get the Ferrari, the Alfa Romeo of Red Matt under braking through turn 10. Couldn't quite do it. Red Matt trying to close in on Matt Ryan, heading towards turn 12. He thinks about it as well, but decided it's best to stay put for now. But we're seeing Matt Ryan running a little bit wide, which could have given Red Matt a bit of an opportunity just to breeze it past around the outside a bit. But we shall see. Closest bout on track at the moment is between Panos and Slenderman as we head towards lap 8. No one is thinking about pitching between these two. They're having a little bit of all scrap anyway. They're past their sell-by date pretty much on these soft tyres. So the more they push, the more they have to pretty much be careful with their tyre management until pretty much the end of their soft stint. Speaking of soft stint, Matter is also in going on to the medium compounder tyres. Matt Ryan gets past Tony P up into P7, but Tony's looking a lot closer to get him within DRS, heading towards turn 4, so we could see a move for him as well. Matt Ryan is running out of ERS and is harvesting right now on the straight. This is not good. He's losing a bit of power as well. We're seeing the Alpha Male Red Mat on the outside of Tony, which is quite incredible as well as they head towards turn 5. It's little margin for error between these two as they go down the hill as well. The Alpine says, oh, I want to join in the party as well, I say, as Red Mat gets past both of them into P8. Really have to say, doing a great job on those medium tyres as well. And hopefully we should start to see as well the medium drivers catch up to the soft runners who have not pitted as well. Flexi at the moment ahead of Iceman on track in terms of stops. Obviously they pitted around about a similar time as well, but obviously I'm surprised that the top 5 haven't pitted yet, but I think they want to be at a comfortable window that the mediums could get to the end without the cusper getting punctured as well. Speaking of Iceman, he gets past into turn 12 with DRS up to P15.
Ooh.
And New Garden has retired from the session, and that is good news if you're in the top 5. Free pit stop, mediums to the end quite comfortably. Bad news if you just pitted, Liam.
So the leaders but both the top 2 are very fortunate right there, because everyone else behind them, they came in, the top 2 stayed up, but they beat the safety car, just beat the safety car down towards turn number 1.
Oh wait, Slenderman has got away with that there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, everyone's lucky there. They're all just gonna be able to pass safety car. It came out just a second or 2 later, and those guys there, they would have been in a real spot of bother. So everyone has to stop. Casper's stopped, Panels, Flexium, Surprise, everyone's going to be stopping. Well, might as well say, most of them, I believe, are going on a set of, a few on the set of soft, a few on a set of mediums, I see. I think 1 or 2 on a set of hard tires. So varying strategies so far. We've got Cam in the pit lane again. He is not having a great afternoon right now. Looks so good. Had that lead earlier on until he got packed around by his fellow colleague, of course. And since then, he's going to be on a recovery drive. Still a long way to go there as he passes the beautiful Aston Martin safety car, I might say, there, sitting on the side of the road. It's a very beautiful looking car. The top 2, of course, but the top 4 all expected to come in the pit lane very shortly. I'll tell you what, Casper, he's going to jump back. He'll jump back up to 3rd position here, so he's good for that one. But top 3, they're really lucky, aren't they? They didn't get caught out with that safety car where it was.
Yeah, because otherwise, because it usually comes out either at the right time or at the wrong time as well. I think they were just pretty much pushing as much as they can to make sure that the safety car did not caught them in time. So otherwise, they would have to be on the soft longer than intended, and they wouldn't want that, or they would have dropped to the back of the field. So, Det then has stayed out. The only driver to have stayed out of everybody else, even Tony, on the set of the hard tyres, has pitted. But to be honest, that's what I would have done on the same strategy if there was a safety car. To go on to the mediums, because he's already used 1 different tyre compound already. He doesn't want to use the softs because the softs can't get to the end, but the mediums will certainly definitely get to the end. So Tony P should be fine for that one as well. And we're on fresher tyres compared to obviously Matter in front of them as well. So run for your order then. Deck is leading the race at the moment, but he is the only driver yet to stop. Timo doing very well in 2nd. Yarham in P3. Casper doing a stellar job in P4. Slenderman P5. Panos P6. Flexi P7. Matter P8. Tony P P9. Matt Ryan P10, Red Mat in 11th, and Ahmed in 12th at the moment as it stands. They will be getting points, but Ahmed does have a time penalty, so it will be Yuri that jumps him in P13 up to P12. And we've got Ryan Berry in 14th, Lee 15th, Iceman 16th, Alpataro who's not having a good race either, but at least the safety car is helping them being brought back into this race. Cam in 17th, Risky has also gone for a set of softs then, so 2 of the speed drivers, plus Matt Ryan, have gone for a strategy that I was not expecting. So they're probably thinking, Liam, there's going to be another safety car, because why else would they have gone on the softs?
He's got himself a time penalty under the safety car for corner carting. Now,
that's a bit harsh.
I'm not sure. Not sure how he's done that, but that must be a little bit awkward there to get a penalty on the safety car for cutting a corner. That is a real surprise. But like you said, yeah, I'm surprised Acorn or Deck, I think is how he's actually name. I'm going to call him Acorn because that's like acorns. He can be that damn squirrel from Ice Age. If you know, you know. Good old Ice Age. Lovely film franchise. But we're not in an icy tundra. We're in a desert. So he's got a little bit lost, the Mr. Acorn right there. But Timo, he's getting ready to go. We've got one more lap of the safety car to go. As in comes N8. Now, what has happened there?
He's going for an interesting strategy because there is the rule where you have to use at least one different tyre compound, and he's got a 5-second penalty. So he thought, why not? You've got nothing to lose. Serve that 5-second penalty so it's gone out of your penalty system. Get on the mediums, and it still counts as you being on different tyre compound as well, because he probably feels like going on the hard is not the best idea. To be honest, that's what I would have done as well if I started on softs, then went on to hards, and then go on to mediums again, just so I can use different tyres. Or even, I think you start on mediums actually, so if you started on mediums, go on hards, then go on to mediums again if you're lower down. So that's what he has done, and to be fair, that's a pretty good strat as well. That's why he's done that. Expect to see that throughout the season if we get people on different strategies as well, because yeah, N8 had nothing to lose there by pitting, so at least he doesn't have to worry about a 5-second time penalty looming for the rest of the race, as long as he doesn't get one again, of course.
Chris cars around a circle like this. They're all so congested. Meanwhile, in the midfield, I know we're on the safety car, but look at them. It's like they're all just having a committee meeting down here. Get a move on here, lads, and get some space. Like, they're all just having a big huddle down here. There we go. Now you got some space there. They're all bunched up so much. I'm so terrified they're all going to run into each other. It's so easy to do under the safety car, especially into turn 9. That is, we're coming to 10 right now. To turn 9, the one before that tight left-hander. Safety car in this lap, so we'll get racing again. But they're all so bunched up. It's so lovely to see. It's like watching a slivery snake, I suppose, going left, right, left, right, left, right. There's always that one person, though, that won't do it, like Kimi Räikkönen once upon a time. I tend to do that. I did that. I once overheated my tyres once on a formation. That went well for me. Ended up crashing into a few people and then not having a good race because I died. That tends to happen. But nonetheless, look at them through the last corner. Wait. And I think around about now, we'll see them blast it through. And there we are, Acorn's gone. I think Timo's going to get the slipstream here. Now, let's see which way is he going to go. He's going to give him the inside line then. So, Timo says, thank you very much. I'll take P1 then. So, the Aston, well, I suppose the Mercedes takes it from the Mercedes, I suppose, in some situations. There is the Aston Martin passes the Mercedes AMG Petronas through into P1 and P2. Behind him there, we've got Yaham ahead of Casper, followed swiftly by the Alfa Romeo. Behind them there, we got a bit of a move there between the, looks like the Alpine and the Alfa Romeo. That is the Alpine getting the Alfa Romeo, so getting past the Alpine. There's so many A's right now in this field. As there you can see, that is Red Matt on the move on those soft tyres, Jess. Now up to P10. I think one or two people trying to make a move up the front, and that is Acorn dropping down behind Yaham, and he might drop behind Casper here, as trying around the outside, can't quite do it. Acorn's really struggling on this restart.
Yeah, he is as well, but don't forget he's been on those tyres for 11 laps compared to mediums that have been on for pretty much only a lap or two as well, pitting under the safety car as well. And he's going to lose so much time in the pit stops as well. So he's already a step behind everybody else. You lose 22.5 seconds under green and flag conditions compared to around about 18, 17 seconds under safety car conditions. So, yeah, bit of a shame for Det there as well. Maybe he should have done the same thing as Ahmed, but maybe he really realised he probably would lose a bit of time. So is Det going to come in? He's staying out. He's hoping for another safety car, which will put him back in, but he's going to get absolutely swamped by Slenderman as we head towards turn number 1, as well as panels 2. 3 abreast pretty much as well, and Deck's pretty much going to admit defeat with these guys as well. Flexi's past, well, Flexi's probably going to get past him as well. Panels 2 as they head towards turn 4. Deck's holding his own now a little bit, trying to defend for his life because he could there might be some certain situations which could happen, which will bring him back into this race. So he's still fine for it, which is great to see. Oh, that was almost close for Aston Martin Ferrari contact, but there wasn't. Luckily, they were able to give plenty of them as well. But here we go, Panos fighting again then in towards turn 10. This is great. I love seeing battles around here, around Bahrain, due to the fact they have so much DRS trains, and we don't even have DRS yet until very, very soon, as we're starting to see a bit of contact.
Flexi pulled straight across the front wing of Matalan. So fortunate, the physics model. We know how easy it is if you can't cross someone. You go flying into a wall. That almost was an aeroplane crash there. Flexi, he was trying to get past Panos, so he didn't see the man. Still had his, just started to pull alongside him when he did it, as Akon is just holding this trade-off. This is brilliant for them. DRS enabled, so now might be the opportunity. You have to go right here and just force him to go the long way around. Indeed, he does do so, as behind them, they're all just swipping and swapping. I'd say, is he going to try late braking? Oh, he is! Look at him! Going back on the inside. Go on, sunshine. I don't think he'll be able to get it stopped 100% this time, but he'll get the DRS. He'll get the DRS. Let's see, can he come back? Can the Mercedes say, come back here, Miss Aston Martin? He's going for it. No, he thinks better of it right there, as Mata tries to go around the outside of Flexi, battling with Ryan there, as they touch rails, the pair of them. And let's see, the inside line is Ryan can't quite do it, as now Akon gets overtaken by Flexi. As he continues to drop down the field, as they're on the inside. Now comes the red mat then, and he's going through the field nice and smoothly. So much action here in Bahrain, and we only are on that 14. Let's look back on the inside. They're all just sparring down to turn 9 and 10. So brilliant to watch around this fantastic circuit under the floodlight here for the 9th time, of course, in real life. Technically the 10th if you count the fact we raced Bahrain twice last year. I think it was actually 3 times last in 2020 we raced here.
No, I can't remember. I think it might have been 3 times. Actually, no, it wasn't 3 times, because Bahrain was a bit later on in the season due to COVID. Because remember, for the first time in a while, we started around Austria as well, where Austria raced twice, believe it or not, for the last 2 years or so, as Mata and Deck having a little bit of a battle there. I think I know what Deck is trying to do. Who remembers what happened in Abu Dhabi in the last year, actually, where Sergio Perez did a good defensive work. Mexican of defences, I like to call Sergio Perez, trying to hold up everybody else to help his teammate, and I think that's what Deck was getting Mata to do, to try and climb up the field. So brilliant stuff as well from the Mercedes pairing, but we almost certain that Red Matt will join the fun as well and try and get past as well. Red Matt doing a great job on these softs, but he will have to pit again, as well as Matt Ryan and Risky as well, but everybody else can make it to the end as well. Keep an eye on Yuri though, and Risky, both having time penalties, both in the McLaren, so they're going to drop further down the field, because most people, apart from Tony P, is on a DRS train. Tony P's gone for the soft, so we do have a yellow flag. That is it Tony again? Yeah, it is Tony, just after turn 8 and 9. So, yeah, his days unfortunately have gone from bad to worse. And he remembers last season as well, where he spun quite a few times around Bahrain too. So, spinning is his speciality here in Bahrain. And Cam trying to go for a nice cheeky move into turn 12 and 13. He goes, and he gets a 3-second time penalty for it, which is a bit of a shame. He's now catching up to the likes of Risky and Matt Ryan as well on soft, which will be pretty hard due to the considerable tyre delta that both of these drivers have, because soft to hard 1.6 seconds and mediums to hard around about 0.6 of a second. Soft to mediums about a second, so quite a big of a difference. Meanwhile, Matt got past Flexi.
Johan and Casper here going side by side to cut over you there, and then see Casper on the outside line then will set it up beautifully through turn 1 and 2. Round the outside he goes, swoops it into 4, and now up into 2nd position there. I didn't think he was going to get it, but suddenly on the brakes, he got such a launch there, straight up into 2nd. But further down the field, like you said, so much, so close. Cam, of course, doing that, and as you mentioned, Tony lost his front wing earlier on. It was Lee who brought out the yellow flag into turn 7, got on the curb and dropped it. I see we lost someone. It was Newgarden who left the session. He's already out of the race.
Yeah, Newgarden caused a safety car. That just happened, remember?
side. There goes Cam, and he gets past Risky. And there's so good racing here in Bahrain. I've said it once, twice, I might have said it a few more times than that. But these drivers are giving it absolutely all around here. And they are really showing why these guys are some of the best here in this series.
Yeah, they are. It is great to see. A shame that we haven't got all drivers as well, but obviously I'm almost certain that the Tony and Cam incident will be investigated by the stewards as well, because I'm sure both of these drivers blame each other as well. But to be fair, obviously I'm going to be impartial in this situation and let the stewards decide as well. We've got Yarham fighting once again with Casper, heading towards turn 2 and 3 then. We're almost gone past the scene where Mazepin had a spin in 2021 as Yuri's got past Deck, but we're seeing a battle for P2. Yarham just holds on to that position for now. He's doing a great job with defensive work as well, as we're seeing Flexi behind, almost trying to get past Red Matt. So I wondered the crossover period has appeared. Now don't be too surprised if it has at this moment in time as we head towards turn number 7 and 8. They go as well. This could be quite intense heading towards the end of the race, but you never know what could happen as well. And we'll keep an eye on how many penalties people got. Risky's got 6. Matt Ryan has got his name added to the penalty board as well, as Cam has been passed by Risky and Matt Ryan. I wonder if Cam had an off there. He's getting swamped. Look at that, Liam.
You're thinking, oh, what on earth just happened there? So who was that going off the road? That's a McLaren there of Risky. What on earth just happened there? You suddenly just went straight on. There was definitely contact there. Well, it must have been, was that with Lee? It looked like potentially. We've got, right, was that with Ryan? I'm not quite sure what that was.
And I think we seem to have lost Liam there from the party. His probably Discord is probably playing up a little bit, so we'll carry on until he rejoins, as we've got Iceman and Ryan Berry having a little bit of a battle there in towards turn number 1. We'll see if they can keep the car stable as well, as we've got the Alpine for good measure trying to join in the fun as well. The Alpine doing quite well in real life with Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon as well. Oh, we got the Haas going for a late switchback of Cam as well. Don't forget he's got a penalty as well. Tony P has dropped out of the running as well, so we'll see where he climbs up towards the end of the race. Who knows, we could see a late safety car, but that's bound to happen right now. Yarham has got past Tino and he is now your race leader. Timo in P2, Casper in P3 with Slenderman in P4 at the moment. So this battle for the lead could get very, very intense. I'll check to see Liam, are you back? And Liam is not back at the moment, so probably his Discord has decided to die, or maybe his internet decides down, you can't hear it as well at the moment. So hopefully we could get him back very, very shortly as well. But I'm probably going to have no voice towards the end of the race now that with all these battles going at the moment. Battle number 2 for these two, as Timo will probably challenge Yarham for the lead of this race. Timo will have more ERS to play with than Yarham as well. Yarham's just under 10% as well. Mata gets past Panos as well with a cheeky switchback in the turn number 2. But can Timo use his ERS to full advantage to try and get past Yarham into turn 4? No, he does not. Mata tries to defend off Panos, which he does as well. Don't forget, 2 championship contenders from last season doing working wonders here today with these two as well. And I hear Liam. Liam, are you back?
I don't know what happened there. My PC decided just to cut off the internet. That was weird. All of a sudden, your voices went into distort mode. That scared me. I'm back. Hello, everyone. I was in the middle of it. I forgot what I was saying then.
Yeah, it's all right. I was able to cover the battles whilst you're gone. Yarham got the race lead as well. And we're getting to a stage as well that Deck, I don't know why Deck stayed out, Liam, as well. Maybe he wants to go on to the soft strategy as Cam goes around the inside into turn 12, gets past Deck up into P10, Liam, as well. But the question is as well, I wonder what tyres Red Matt's going to go on to. Maybe another set of softs if he has. Actually, no. I'm not sure he started on softs. I can't remember. I'll get you to double check that in a moment. But if he started on mediums, he could go on to a set of softs towards the end of the race. If not, he has to go on to a set of mediums. They'll use 2 different tyre compound as well. Timo still close to Yarham, but again, couldn't quite get it done. But we got a move. Well, we did have a move for P11, but Deck is in the pit. And he did start on mediums. He's now going on to a set of the soft tyres until the end of the race. Bit pushing it, but it can be done.
And that is risky. And I think he's got floor damage. And we've got, who's that off? Is that Cam? What's happened to Cam? There he's come to revenate. Has that come to get revenate, or is that just spun off? And oh, hello, Lee. What, my God.
I didn't catch that, unfortunately, Lee Spin. But that is a safety car.
That was a monumental shunt there. I just saw it straight into the wall. That was very reminiscent of something there. He didn't see anything. I was riding on board with, and all of a sudden I just saw a car spearing left. Full throttle. It was of the AlphaTauri into the wall. Tony's got damage as well. I'm not sure what has happened down there, but big drama. The safety car comes out, and surely everyone's going to come in for a set of soft jets.
Yeah, they've got to as well, which does put everyone who is on the mediums with a good chance to have a sprint to the finish. It's like a sprint race, Liam, which is really, really great to see. We get to see everyone's true pace. So Johan from the race lead, he's in. Timo is in. Casper is in. Senderman's in. Matter's in. Panels is in. Red Matt is in as well. Flexy's in. Yuri's in. Iceman. No, Yuri is going in. Yes, I was right. In. Iceman. You could tell he was going in because he was committed to it. Iceman is in. Ryan Berry is in. Cam, well, he was on the hard, so he's got to go in. And Ahmed is in. I wonder if Tony wants to go on a fresh set of softs. He has one left. Ahmed has no front wing, so he had no other choice to go in either. But for Deck and Matt Ryan, I can't. This gives them a good chance. I think a few people would jump them, but at least they're now back in the race and they're on a safe amount of tyres as well. So Deck's gonna be just behind Ryan Berry in P12. You can't overtake under safety car. Cam's gone for mediums. Interesting.
I think he's got any softs.
He hasn't got any softs. Same with Ahmed as well. Tony has gone for softs, and I believe Red Matt did start on. Yeah, Red Matt did start on mediums, like I thought he did. So yeah, he's gone onto a set of softs as well.
Yeah, Risky's got floor damage, Jess. I've definitely noted that. I've just seen him going off again. It's so horrible around Bahrain if you get floor damage, which I'm 99.9%. So wow, that pretty much says he's got floor damage. That is a well, if he hasn't got floor damage, he very much has floor damage now. That was a big off. Let's see if he can carry on, of course, as into the pit. A 5-second time penalty as well.
Yeah, he's parked it.
He's parked it. I won't say that's unfortunate, but I'll let him there because I think the floor damage there might just be a little bit too much. And I've experienced it. I've seen it before, Jess. When you get it, there's basically nothing you can do, is there?
No, and I remember at Belgium, for one race I did last year, I literally had Jeff in my ear saying, oh, you got floor damage or underbody damage. You may experience some kind of drag, and that is what you get in these cars. And for some reason, you just don't know what caused that floor damage sometimes. But for me, it was simulation damage at the time. It was just hitting the curbs too much as well, because if you hit the curves ever so slightly and too fast, that's where you can get floor damage as well. I'm surprised you can get floor damage in standard damage, to be honest. I thought you can't. So I think the game has proven to us tonight that it can get floor damage on standard, which they got to be careful about that. Hopefully nothing too serious. Luckily no side pod damage on standard, only in simulation, so all good. So Ahmed is in on a set of softs then. Cam has stayed out. So this is going to be a race of attrition towards the end of this race. Can Yarham hold his own and get his first race win on debut at VSL. It will just be an incredible story in the history books, Liam.
Yeah, most certainly is. And I think what happened to Risky, why he's got damaged, I think he dropped it earlier on and hit the wall. That might have been why he got damaged. It could have been with the way when I saw him fly off the road at turn 10 is where he picked up the damage with. I'm not quite sure who it was. I'm sure I'll see after the race what happened there. But
Risky got rear wing damage, Liam. He's just confirmed it in our little group chat that we have. So that was what was causing the loss of downforce as well. So yeah, that was why he was struggling and spinning. He got rear wing damage. Not sure from what, but that has compromised his race a lot, and that was why he was spinning towards the end.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I probably feared then. So if he went off somewhere backwards into the wall or got tapped by someone. Yaham, like I said, has an opportunity to win this race. We're on lap 22 of 29 with 29 laps to go here in Bahrain.
29?
Yeah, no, hang on. 7 laps to go. There we are. Casper in 3rd, Slenderman in 4th, Matter in 5th, and the safety car in this lap.
Okay then, this is going to be where the tension heats up, the pressure mounts on for these drivers. Who will be the one to win in Bahrain? So far we've had 2 different winners. Matter won in Australia for round number 1. Round number 2 in China, we saw Casper take the win. He could still take another win here as well. Will we see a 3rd different winner in 3 races? We'll find out. They're warming their tyres so frantically. Let's go on board with Johan then as he takes us through the safety car restart. He's leaving a bit later than what we saw Deck do earlier on. House just so keen to get going. Quite a lot of people are keen to get going. And we go green, green, green here at the Bahrain International Circuit then. And we are seeing some people had good restarts, some people had awful restarts. One people who has a good restart is Matter trying to get past Casper. Couldn't quite do it on this occasion, but it's Johan that maintained your race lead. Timo maintained 2nd, but Casper, he's looking to go around the inside into turn 4. He does not, but we got, I think, the Alpha Tauri and the Alfa Romeo, the 2 Alphas, fighting for position. Cam trying to get past Yuri, but to no avail. Unfortunately, we got Deck trying to get past Cam, but he could go for a late lunge into turn 7 and 8, which he does not go for. 2 Alpines having a little bit of a scrap as well. They're a bit out of position as well. I would expect them to be in the top 10, consistently fighting for points, but at the moment, they're not going to get points, but they do see drivers around them getting penalties, so it could be possible, and they could be on their point streak at the moment. But it is Johan who is doing ever so well to make sure that the win is coming to him. But will he keep this up until the end? Will he break through the 1 second so that nobody else will get DRS from him? We will have to find out. And he is absolutely lighting up the sector times right now. He is on another level, but we'll see if everyone else could do that as well. Don't forget, if you're inside the top 12 and you get fastest lap, guess what? You get an extra point.
Yeah, I'm trying to open that gap at 28.1 right now, but with the ERS and the slipstream, just about Timo keeping with it. He needs to open this 1 second gap, because if Timo has an opportunity, he'll most certainly go for it. Casper in 3rd position, doing very well so far, I must say, from where he started, which was a few positions down. It was in 7th position. Where he started, I do believe, if my maths is correct. Probably isn't, but nonetheless, Matter in 4th, Slenderman in 5th, and then we got this huge gaggle of cars, which are all still going at it. Behind the N8, he's back down into 16th position. He did jump up 1 or 2 positions, but he's dropped back down 2 or 3. Real losers in this race. Cam and Iceman down 6 and 9 positions, respectively, that. And the real winners out of this race being Yuri, we've got Casper, and also Johan, who leads this race. Lap 26, the DRS should be enabled, so they've got a little bit more time to do it. And the top 3-4 drivers really starting to pull away, Jess, from Slenderman, Panels, and the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Slenderman won't have the DRS next lap or 2 to use that advantage. That will be good news for Panels. So we will have 2 DRS trains very, very soon as well. So that should be quite fun as well. And it is DRS that is now enabled then lap 25. out of 29, so we'll see some more moves. Again, Casper trying to get the move then on Timo, but Timo is thinking, you know what, I could try and get past Yarham into turn 1, but he's waiting to get the detection point, that's why he didn't go for it. Casper also has a DRS then as well. Who's going to take full advantage? We have to wait and see. Flexi tries to get past Panos, but Panos has been passed by Red Matt as well. We're trying to see if Casper go around the outside of Timo into turn 5, which he does not. So let's jump on board with Yuri and Panos. Yuri does get past Panos, so Panos must be struggling. I think he might have got a bit of rear ring or floor damage as well, Liam, because there's so many cars has got past him. So I wonder if someone made contact with him.
Front left end plate's gone, Jess. So he instead of someone making contact with him, I think he's made contact with someone else. I might say there is right. Goes right on there in the brakes. They're really struggling to get these cars stopped for some whatever reason. Yarhamlo, he's on that 25 of 29. Still leads this race from Timo in second, Casper in third. Timo really could have waited a little bit longer there. Last lap and got about to run into turn 2. He really just wanted to go for it straight away. Now he'll have the opportunity, so Yarham's going to really have to go defensive here. 5/10 the gap. That will be opportunistic with the DRS, but it should be possible. So Yarham might have to slightly cover here, because here he comes. Here comes Timo. Is Yarham going to cover it? No, but yeah, Timo, he's just going to sit back for a second. Just wait for the DRS here, and then he'll try and pounce on him here. Casper got a terrible exit through turn 3, but here we are then with Timo. Is he close enough? No, he's just biding his time. He's just sitting back. Is he just going to try and pressurize Yarham for a little bit into a mistake, into using more of his ERS and then go for it later on? But he doesn't want to get backed up too much, because if Casper and Matt are close up to this, Jazz, then they are going to be ruthless. They aren't going to be waiting around.
Yes, indeed. We don't have long to go as well, so they can't be waiting around too long, Liam, as well. But I wonder if people use the esports tactic, wait till they get DRS on the final lap, or will it be too little, too late? So interesting tactics will be played by some of the teams today. Good recovery drive from the two Alfa Romeos. They're quite close together at the moment as well. They could be scoring some good valuable points in the Constructors' Championship. I can't remember if the Constructors score points for their reserve drivers. I will need to double check that. I think they do. So if Red Matt finishes where he is, some decent haul of points will be coming Alfa Romeo's way here today. Obviously Senderman leading the championship, but I'm almost certain Casper may jump him in the standings. Maybe with Matt, actually no, not Matt, but I know Senderman will be jumped by Casper very soon. Timo is going to go again. He's coming, going to the right. He stays there. But can Yarham go to the left a little bit? Obviously, they want to leave the space. Iceman and Flexi having a nice battle. No, Iceman was having a battle, but he's had a bit of a moment in turn 1 and 2. Unfortunate, and he could be in danger of losing a chance to get into the point, even though he's a reserve driver, which will be a bit of a shame. Flexi then, he is on fire on those soft tyres. He's one of the fastest man on track at the moment. Yuri though, speaking of Yuri, he's got a 3-second time penalty, so another one to add to his list. Cam, on the other hand, is going to try and get past Yuri. I have to say, Cam's doing very well on those medium tyres, Liam.
Here, I mean, so far, Jess, I must say, Casper nearly had a crash there, as Cam has actually got past. These tyres are going off, Jess, aren't they?
I think a lot of these tyres are going off because, like you said, Liam, 7 laps they could last around here, so it is pushing it, to be honest, as well. But they weren't on the safety car for that long as well. But they are starting to get into a point where the tyre temperatures, that's going to be a bit of an issue as well. They've been in dirty air for so long due to the fact they've been in this DRS train. So yeah, the tyres will overheat, and they'll have more tyre deg, and any more tyre deg is just not fun around Bahrain. So here comes Yarham then. Yarham's going to take the race lead back from Timo then in towards turn 1. He's going to probably go for the switchback. Maybe he is going for the switchback. Heading towards turn 3 they come now. DRS is activated for Yarham. This is a good strategy for him if he can make this work. goes to the outside, he thinks. So, no, Timo going to the inside there. Yarham is back in the race lead then of the Bahrain Grand Prix with 2 laps to go. Timo in P2, Casper in P3 then. At the moment, Casper can still win this race as well. He's just got to keep it cool. Mata doing very well in P4. He can win out of all of this. 2 Aston Martins, 2 Alfa Romeos can also do well. Literally anything can happen due to the amount of penalties. Cam trying to get past Jury once again into turn 10. Again, late on the brakes as well. Both of them have DRS, luckily. So is Cam going to go for the shortest run? He is going to go for the shortest run. Heading towards turn 12. And that was a move that I tried to do a few weeks ago. And he cuts quite interestingly there as well. But at least he still gets the move done. Anyway, this means just so much action happening in the final few laps. And we still don't know who is going to win. The lead has changed hand quite a few times. Obviously with Yarham leading the way at the moment. Timo in second place. Casper could get a good run here towards turn 1. We'll see if he can do it.
Timo, a big tank slapper up the hill there. Nearly dropped it. He's going to have to force the error here. He's going to have to go for it now. If he doesn't go for it now, it's going to be almost certainly be over. He's going to use the RS then. Which way is he going to go? He'll be forced to go the long way around the outside then on the house. The house is going to squeeze him all the way to the end of the circuit. Has he got enough flow? He's still there. He's still there. They touch. They touch again. Spins Yarham right into the middle of the pack. He was leading. He had 1 lap to go. And you get lucky the ghosting system there came in. Otherwise, Cam would have got involved. As Cam goes up to 7th. They banged wheels of Timo. And Timo leads this race. But there's going to be a big argument about this one.
Yes, quite a few arguments in this race already. I think a lot of the results will be decided by the stewards as well. So that's going to get quite intense to say the least. Yuri now has got past Cam again up into P7. But that was a shame that we got robbed to the death by the battle. It could have been absolutely amazing for the final lap as Iceman is out of the race. Turn 12, he's binned it, unfortunately. But let's forget about him now. He will still be classified. Timo up to the line then, and he wins here at Bahrain. Casper gets second, and surely that will mean he'll take the lead of the Drivers' Championship after this race. Mata in 4th, Mata 3rd, Flexi 4th. Red Matt in 5th, Slenderman in 6th. Good result for pretty much most of the Ferrari-powered cars here in this field. It was a bit unlucky for the Haas drivers because they were pretty quick out there, but they got involved in instance. Det in P7, obviously then the 2 Haas cars. Ahmed, N8 somehow, he was at the back of the grid after the both safety cars, and somehow he's got points. Fair play to him, just shows you do not give up in league racing. And look, there you are, you get some, I think he gets 3 points. Yes, he gets 3 points added to his tally, which I think is better than obviously getting on. I'm actually going to check the standings before coming into Bahrain. Does he have any points? No, he didn't have any points, so he will come to this race 3 points better than what he started at. So brilliant job to N8 there for recovering to a decent result.
Yeah, what drama here at Bahrain, Jess, with the top 2 coming together on the last lap of the race. You have to feel so sorry for him there. He would have got a podium there. He had the opportunity, he had the inside line. They just touched. I honestly don't think anything could have been happened there. It was just one of those contacts where you just go round. So, of course, we'll see if anything interjects after the race. But I certainly hope not, because that was a great race we saw. But I'll let you do the official rundown.
There we go. So they're all provisional, don't forget, because it could be decided by the stewards. So, Timo wins this race. Casper P2, Mata P3, Flexi in P4, Red Matt in P5, Slenderman P6, Deck P7, Yarham in P8, Cam in 9th, what could have been for him, and Ahmed in 10th, Yuri in 11th, and Tony gets the final point. No fastest lap point because it came from outside the top 10. So no one will be getting the extra point there. Got Matt Ryan, Ryan Berry, Panos, and Iceman being your final finishes, and your 4 retirements belong to Risky, Lee, Newgarden, and Tony. And my oh my, what a race that we have just witnessed. in Bahrain. So much action, so much drama as well. We'll find out next week the official results as well, and if any of those will go to the stewards. It was quite a quiet visit to the stewards last week with no incidents. I think, Liam, we're going to be having quite a busy one this week.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a few people in the stewards potentially. Though never say never, of course. Everyone might have got away with it, but that was definitely a different race than what we saw last week. Of course, drama, accidents, and galore. That is what Bahrain can do. Of course, it's such a lovely track, like. But who would you say, Jess, was your driver of the day?
I was going to give it to the new Haas driver as well, but it's unfortunate that he got into an incident as well. But I don't know. I have to give it to Casper again, because he started low down in qualifying. He didn't spin this week. I didn't talk about spinning. I didn't talk about good things about him. So I think that's what helped him get to where he was as well. So yeah, he didn't spin, climbed up quite a lot of positions, and he will take the lead in the Drivers' Championship. But I have to say the two Alfa Romeos did very well to get where they finished as well. Decent points for them on the board. And also Ahmed gets the Endeavour Award as well, for even though after being last after two safety cars, he still managed to get to a point. So those are my honourable mentions. But driver of the day has to go to Casper. What about you, Liam?
I've got to give it to Johan there. He was driving such a good race throughout, and unfortunate it ended the way it did for him, but he was driving brilliantly throughout until, of course, the last lap, where unfortunately it just things happened. But that's motor racing. It can happen, of course. But yeah, that's my driver of the day.
Yep, there we go then. So next week is going to be quite interesting, Liam, as well, in terms of the chat as well. You briefly saw the calendar on your stream, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we head to Baku, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we know what happened last season around Baku. I didn't commentate that because I was away for work. I actually travelled to London to one of the offices there just to work, and I missed that race. I was actually quite good I missed that race, because there was quite a bit of chaos that happened as well. Could we see more finishes than we did last season? And Baku remains to be seen, but hopefully they've done their homework this time as well and keep it on the walls, and hopefully we'll have less, I think Ericsson hitters. But Baku should be quite interesting next week, shouldn't it?
But Baku, should I say, or is it Bahrain then? Baku is a lovely little circuit, of course, but we'll see what happens next time, eh?
Yes, so we will end the stream there. Thank you very much for watching so far. Thank you to all the drivers for taking part as usual. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you are new, so you know when to check out our streams next. We stream every Wednesday night at 8 PM, and I know a few of you watch this back as well and not live, so make sure you join us through the live action next week as well. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at VSL_F1 as well, and also check out our sponsor Rogue Energy, where you can get a discount code. I need to find the sponsor image. There we go. You can use the code VSL F1 League for 10% off. We have our own socials as well if you want to follow us. I am JessGames95, and Liam is, of course, Liam New Media, so make sure you check us both out. It's on the tweet anyway that VSL put it, so it's easier for us to find both of our socials. So I have been Jessica Ball, and Evil Dragon has been Liam New. We will see you same time next week for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're just going to recover after that insane race. Goodbye.